Hey, have you ever looked at your life and thought there has to be more than this? More freedom, more choices, more options, and more control over your future. Because that is exactly where I found myself last year. Because today I'm sharing exactly why I started making money online, what pushed me to take that very first step, and how it completely changed the direction of my life. And if you're feeling stuck right now, my story might be exactly what you need to hear. So in this video, I'm going to share exactly what my life looked like before I found digital marketing. The moment everything changed, the biggest mistakes that beginners make, what I would do differently if I had to start from scratch today, and how you can build your own online income even if you've never done anything like this before. So you're going to want to stay until the end of this video because I'm going to share one lesson that would have saved me months of frustration when I was starting out. So welcome back to my channel, and if you haven't met me yet, my name is Lake, and I'm here on this channel so that I can share simple strategies to help everyday people like you and me to learn digital skills so that we can create an additional income to build online freedom for your future. And today I want to do something a little bit different. Instead of teaching you strategies and tactics, today I'm going to share my story. Because behind every online success story, there is a moment where someone simply decided to start because they wanted more from life. And that is exactly where my journey begins. So this time last year, my life looked completely different. Like many people, I was doing everything that I thought I was supposed to be doing. I was working hard, I was showing up, I was being responsible, I was paying my bills, but deep down, I had this feeling that something was missing. I felt like my future depended on things that I could not control. My income came from one source. What if something were to happen to that source? What would I do? What if the economy changed? What if jobs were harder to find? What if life threw me a curveball? I realized I didn't have a backup plan, and that scared me. Not because I wasn't willing to work hard, but because I realized that hard work no longer secures your job. Now here's what's interesting. The thing that finally pushed me to take action wasn't about money. It was something much deeper, and I'm going to tell you that in just a second. The real reason I started digital marketing wasn't because I wanted a fancy car, it wasn't because I wanted to go on luxury holidays, it wasn't because I wanted to become rich overnight and live in a mansion. It was because I wanted options. I wanted freedom. I wanted peace of mind. I wanted to know that if something were to happen to my job tomorrow, I had skills that nobody could take away from me. I wanted to stop relying on one income. And most importantly, I wanted to build something that was my own, something that I could be proud of, something that belonged to me and only me, and something that I could grow over time. And that is when I started researching how people are making income online, and I came across digital marketing. Now, I wish I could tell you everything was easy and smooth sailing, but it wasn't. In fact, I spent a lot of time confused. I watched endless videos. I read countless posts and tried to figure out everything on my own. And honestly, I was overwhelmed. I was burnt out, and I just felt like this is too much information. I am not capable of doing this. So many people were saying different things, so many strategies, so many options. And the thought that kept coming up was, what am I actually supposed to be doing? Maybe you felt that way too. Maybe you've watched videos, you're trying to figure everything out where you can start. Maybe you're worried that you'll make a mistake. Maybe you're wondering if you're even capable of doing this. Trust me, I know exactly how you feel because that was me too. But then I discovered one simple concept that changed everything, and it's probably not what you think. Imagine for a second somebody gives you a cake recipe. The ingredients are listed, the instructions are clear, the steps are simple. What happens if you follow that recipe to the T? You get the cake. But what happens if halfway through you decide to improvise your recipe or skip ingredients or stop after 10 minutes? You're probably not going to get the cake that you thought you were going to get. Building a business is very similar. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they stop before the recipe has time to work. And the biggest breakthrough that happened for me was when I stopped trying to look for shortcuts and I followed the process that is proven to work. Not perfectly, but consistently. And that changed everything. If I had to start over again, here is exactly what I would do. Firstly, I would stop trying to do everything at once. You don't need to learn everything at once. You just need to know the next step. Secondly, I would focus on one platform, not two, not five, one. Thirdly, I would build skills before chasing trends, because skills create confidence and confidence creates momentum. Fourth, I would find a proven roadmap and follow it to the T instead of jumping between different strategies. And finally, I would be patient, because success isn't built in a day. One day at a time, one post at a time, one lesson at a time, and one step at a time. This is the biggest lesson that I've learned throughout my journey. You do not need to become a different person to create a different future. My friend, you simply need to start, because most people wait until they feel ready. That was me too, but confidence doesn't come before action. You need to take action so that you can build confidence. You take a step, you learn something, you grow, and you take another step, you level up in confidence, and you take another and another and another. Before you know it, you're doing things that you never thought would be possible for you. That's exactly what happened for me, and if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you want to get more tips, strategies, and lessons and real experiences from my journey. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop in the comments below and tell me, what was your biggest takeaway from today's video, or what is the biggest thing that's holding you back? I read every single comment and I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to get started, I have a free guide linked in the description below. I'll see you in the next one.